Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of Okitsura. I fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I can't understand what she's saying. Okay. I'm really trying to be as respectful as I can possibly be. The first episode is Okinawa anime. I was actually measured by this show. This Okinawa anime was more like Alia, who sometimes speaks in Russian, mixed with the Hokkaido girls. You put them together, and then you get this show. That's the two comparisons I give with this show. This guy fell in love with a girl, don't understand Okinawan language, and this was before Okinawa was a part of it. This was like the time. It was before it was part of Japan. This was before time. Fell in love with a girl. Simpleness. And then you got a girl named Higa who translates this guy. And then we see every episode bit things going on with Higa getting closer to Nakamura. We have seen the light. Every moment Higa makes a move, we always say, you know what? Just make a confession. Just go with it. Last week was one of those episodes that I cannot believe that I fell for it. And I fell for it so bad that I really thought we had it. I legit thought that we had it. Like that right there was the foredrawn conclusion. I thought this was gonna be the last bit of oh my God. He said it. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. We didn't get that. Last week was a cliffhanger where Kana left, and then we all thought okay, this is gonna be the thing for it. Sorry, this was gonna be the thing for it. And last week we still don't know the answer. Who is that girl? Who is that mysterious girl with the purple hair? We haven't got that answer yet. But now that we got the answer, we didn't get the answer to that, but now the answer to our last week's episode was set in stone. So without further ado, let's get right to it with, I fell in love with the Okinawan girl. I just wish I know what she's saying. Okay, so episode kicked off right there where Kana just storm off. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a misunderstanding. You see, this was about, misunderstanding again, as always, and when it comes to rom-coms. Nakamura gave everybody's classmates, handkerchiefs. Handkerchief with little checkered pattern. Now, in Okinawa, when you gave a checkered chipped handkerchief to people, that means you want to be with somebody in the world. You love someone in the world. That's there. But again, misunderstanding. You see, Nakamura's father gave him a box of handkerchief because remember he worked overseas. So he gave his son a box of tissues, and Nakamura decided to give it to everybody. Friendly as it is. It's like here's a box, give it to your friends. That's it. That's the whole picture. That's the whole thing. But then it just embarrassed Kana to a point that she left. She left. And I'm going to get to Nakamura in a minute. But again, left, led to a little misunderstanding. This show has so many misunderstandings with this guy. Nakamura is just that guy who in this show that could lead to a misunderstanding in so many effing parts. Now, I don't hate the guy. Let me just be honest. I swear to everything I love, I don't hate this guy. I don't hate Nakamura. My problem with this guy is, the little problem I have with this guy is you transferred from Tokyo to Okinawa. I'm not saying that's a smart move. You travel to Okinawa, but you have no freaking idea what you got yourself into when you landed in Okinawa. It's like It's like, have you studied the culture of Okinawa before you go? Have you looked up Google Translates and and everything to understand the purpose of Okinawa? That's like me. That's like me transferring to another country, and automatically I love this country. First of all, I gotta know the pros and cons of this. Matter of fact, I'll use this right now. If I was to move to Japan and I just landed in Japan, do you think I know the street signs? You think I know the language? No, no. I gotta read everything about the culture, the lifestyle of Japan. Even though Japan is on my bucket list, because it's true, I got a bucket list right here. Like just like a care from Zal 100, I do have a bucket list. My number one bucket list of all time is to go to Japan. But I gotta be prepared. I gotta know the language. I gotta know the culture. I gotta know the pros and cons, the areas. I gotta know all that shit. And then I'll mingle in class and talk to people. So maybe to English. But still. But this guy does not do that. He just went to Okinawa just to learn. I mean, but you don't know the culture. That's the thing. And you have Google Translate on your freaking phone. Most episodes I've seen you with your phone. And you're not using Google Translate for that? Really? Really? That's what we're doing? Okay. That's my case. Anyway. From a handkerchief to now music, This other half teaches you about music. How to play the instruments, how Okinawa play the instruments with the do, re, mi, fa, so, playing the little instrument. And it brought back memories, especially with the grandpa, seeing kind of use his memories to have Nakamura buy an instrument at a high price, and he did. And it just reminiscing flashbacks of him when he was younger and had all his friends seeing him playing the instrument, and just like this one, same thing. It's like true knowledge, passing of the torch. We see that. We see that. Now, let me get this out the way because this is getting me tight. As I watch this episode, and I see all the precious memories that Nakamura had. It took you this long to realize you love Higa? You finally realize it now? You finally realize that Higa, the blonde hair girl, Higa, the best girl out of the two. I don't like Kana, by the way. I like Kana, but I'm with Higa on this one. I'm Team Higa. All the time, you finally have a crush now? You finally realize you have a crush on Higa? Look, I was happy this guy finally got the guts to realize it. I really do. But it took you 12 episodes to realize that. For me, it's like with Nakamura, had he found out about this, I'll say probably last week's episode, or maybe the episode where you danced with her. That was the moment you could have said, I love Higa. And then we all could have been going on, but we didn't. So I'll give you props though. I do give him props though. Nakamura finally realized he loves Higa. So it's very funny. Yeah, he stepped up to play. I give him that. I do give him that. But, Higa and Kana's friendship is not like I'm getting married to a girl I hate in class. Because Kana and Higa don't have a rival going on. I don't see them as a rival. They know each other since they were little. It's always it's always a thing when it comes to rom-coms. When you have two childhood friends, they know each other, and when a guy interferes, when a guy comes along, it's always that love rival going on. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think there's going to be a rivalry between Kana and Higa, because Kana is not the girl that loves Nakamura. Kana is more like, it's more in your face. It's more energetic, teaching you all Okinawan culture. She's like the tour guide. But when I look at Higa right now, when I'm looking at Higa, it's like she loves Nakamura. And there's no way around it. And Kana already knew Higa had a crush on Nakamura. Like, I see the writing on the wall. But I don't know if that's true. But just by looking at these episodes, it's really, really true. Now, I do like the ending. The ending just showed us, moments of Nakamura showing a wonderful time in Okinawa, all that stuff, which was great. But overall, though, here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents on this one. Do I believe it can get a second season? I gotta be honest with you, I don't think so. Like, I'll say 60% no and a 40% yes. The reason I said 40% yes is because we don't have, first of all, there's still questions. There's still a question going on. Like that purple hair girl that showed up. Who is that girl? Who is that character with the purple hair? We don't know nothing about this character that just appeared last week. And I thought that we were going to get her. I thought we were going to get the appearance of this character this week just to realize who is this character. But we didn't get that. So that right there should be a season 2. Now, here's where this is why I said no on this one. To be honest with you, for a rom-com to give us a season 2, you got to hype the crowd up. This is a slice of life, comedy, romance. I get all of that. But here's the reality of it all. This show was mostly more on the culture of Okinawa. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying it's more focused on the Okinawa and the comedy than it is on the romance going on. The romance vibe was just Higa getting closer to Nakamura, and Higa's wing woman, her best friend, is also trying to get Higa to Nakamura together. That's the romance in that. The comedy-wise is Nakamura being Nakamura, him going crazy on the culture. It was Okinawan cultures like old memos or whatnot, and so on and so forth. The difference is if you watch, and by the way, the subtitles. We need some more subtitles when when Kana talks. If you watch the Russian anime, Alia, who sometimes can't speak, she's shy when she speaks in Russian. If you watch that one, at least when she speaks Russian, we see dialogue. At least we understand what she was saying in that dialogue in Russian. With this one, Kana, every time she talks, she was like, what did she say? So there's some stuff that we don't know. They kind of like, but it's like, respectfully, this show is pretty good. This show is good. Because of the culture and all that stuff, it makes you like you want to visit Okinawa. Just like it makes me want to go to Hokkaido. Of course, I pick Hokkaido over Okinawa. But still, this show makes you want to visit Okinawa and just have that fun culture going on. Does it have like not romance? Not much. But this show has that kind of a culture vibe that makes you like, oh my God. After watching this rom-com thing and seeing all the backstories about Okinawa, I actually want to go visit myself. And yeah, the show has a lot of gimmicks and memes going on, but it is what it is. For a funny show like this, it is. But honestly, I'll give this a 6.5 out of 10. Again, if you want to watch it for the cultureness and less on the romance vibe, you can do that. I mean, it has some romance stuff vibe, but still, if you want to give it a shot, go right ahead. Now, spring is coming, and I'm looking forward for some animes in the spring. One of which is that Girl Love Yuri anime, which I'm looking forward to. Umemesune, definitely Umemesune, and probably one more show. I forgot the name of this other rom-com, but I will get to it. So, thank you for watching my review of this show, and I look forward for other anime shows in the spring. See you soon.